So in this lesson, we're going to look at the Linux file system. And with the Linux file system, it's just how the Linux operating system understands your hardware components and every other thing that comes with a particular computer that you're working on. And so anytime you install a Linux operating system like the Ubuntu one we have here, the system automatically would start finding a way to allocate your resources and also manage your resources in a very efficient way that it can understand, so that we'll be able to communicate within the various components, be it hardware or software components. And so anytime we install the Linux system, which is the Ubuntu operating system, we have a tree structure. This is just like saying you have steps, something will be here, and then we can have something under that. There's something here on this layer, just like we have the hierarchy. So it's very hierarchical. And so there's always that layer. And at the topmost bit, you have what we call the root. The root is more like where everything starts from. And so everything will be under the root directory. So clearly, when we talk about the root directory, it's like a big folder. And inside that folder, you may have subfolders. So if we want to have a description for the root, then we can say that the root is like something big. And this is the root, the symbol for the root. And inside that, you would have other folders, like, which we'll see shortly, would have like a folder like bin. We have another folder like sbin. We have another folder like USR. We may have another folder like dev. Now, all these folders that we're talking about, since we're saying that the Linux file system is very hierarchical, so what we're saying is that on top of this, we have this guy, and then down there, you would have these guys. So the bin will be here, which will be a subfolder, and we'll start with the /bin, which is just telling you that there's a level. So you have to go to, if in order for you to get to bin, you need to go to the first one, which is the root. So bin is found inside the root folder or directory. And also we have sbin, which is also found inside the root directory. Same thing applies to the USR, which is the user directory. It's found inside the roots. So at every point in time, when we move along, you realize that at each stage, we have something which is found inside the other thing. So let's say for device, you have this, and maybe you have a mouse. And so clearly, if somebody sees this, they will know that it starts from the root. The next folder you go into will be the dev, and then inside that you have the mouse. So what we're saying is this is a subfolder, and inside that subfolder we have mouse, and inside that you could have something else. And this is what we mean by the hierarchical nature of your operating system.